You ever have one of those jobs where every day feels like it's just on repeat? Wake up, clock in, smile at strangers, pretend you're okay. That was my life. My name's Ethan. I'm 25, and I worked at Walmart for almost 2 years, doing the same routine every single day. But one random Tuesday, while I was just trying to make my coworkers laugh, my entire life flipped upside down. I used to dream big. Back in college, I studied acting. Theater was my thing. I loved the feeling of being on stage, the lights, the audience, the rush of becoming someone else. But dreams are expensive, and rent doesn't pay itself. After college, audition after audition went nowhere. I heard every version of "We'll Call You Back" you can imagine. So I quit. I gave up. Walmart wasn't my dream job, but it was stable. It paid the bills, and at least I got a discount on cereal. My coworkers were good people. There was Maria from the bakery who always played 80s hits on the speaker, and Todd from electronics who claimed he once met Keanu Reeves, which, by the way, I still don't believe. But most days, it felt like I was disappearing, like the real me was buried under a blue vest and a name tag. One slow afternoon, I was stacking cereal boxes in aisle 12 when Eye of the Tiger came on. I don't know what came over me, maybe boredom, maybe caffeine, but I started performing. Full-on movie monologue, Rocky Balboa accent, boxing moves, everything. My coworker Maria walked by and started laughing. Then Todd yelled from the next aisle, "Yo, Ethan's doing movie night again." A few customers gathered. They clapped. One even filmed it. And for a few seconds, it felt like being back on stage again. That spark, the one I thought was gone, suddenly came roaring back. From then on, I'd do little performances whenever the mood hit. A Shakespeare line while stocking shelves. A dance move while scanning barcodes. It became kind of a thing. Ethan the entertainer. Even my manager, Mr. Peterson, pulled me aside one day and said, "Kid, whatever you're doing, keep it up. Customers love it. Just don't knock over the displays again." It was a Friday evening. You know, when everyone's in a rush to get out before closing. I was at Register 4 joking with a customer when this guy walked up. Jeans, baseball cap, casual. Just a regular dude. He watched me ring up his stuff while I quoted a scene from The Godfather. When I finished, he chuckled and said, "You've got something rare, kid. Charisma, timing, presence." I laughed awkwardly. "Yeah, sure, man. Would you like paper or plastic?" He smiled. "I'm serious. I'm a producer for Horizon Studios. We're casting for a new streaming series. You'd fit a role I have in mind." I froze. Was this a prank? I mean, who just finds actors in the frozen food section? He handed me a business card. Real logo, real name. I Googled it later that night. He was legit. I didn't sleep. My heart was racing. Part of me said, "It's fate, Ethan." The other part said, "You're gonna embarrass yourself again." But by morning, I knew I had to try, because if I didn't, I'd regret it for the rest of my life. The audition was in LA, 3 hours away. I drove there in my beat-up Honda Civic, running on nerves and bad coffee. When I got there, the waiting room was full of professionals, people with headshots, agents, confidence. And there I was, Walmart vest still in my car trunk. They called my name. I walked in, palms sweating, throat dry. The director said, "All right, Ethan, whenever you're ready." And something clicked. I wasn't nervous anymore. I just was the character. When I finished, there was silence. Then a slow clap from the producer. The same guy from Walmart. He smiled and said, "Told you had something rare." 2 weeks later, I got the call. I booked the part. It was a small supporting role, but for me, it meant everything. For the first time in years, I felt like I was on the right stage again. I didn't quit Walmart right away. I still needed the paycheck, and honestly, I wasn't ready to let go. Those aisles, those people, they were where I rediscovered myself. But slowly, the acting gigs grew. Commercials, small roles, voiceovers. And every time someone on set asked, "Where'd you start?" I'd smile and say, "Aisle 12, next to the cereal boxes." Sometimes I still stop by the store. Maria's still there. Todd still tells his Keanu Reeves story. They tease me. Hollywood's finest right here. But truthfully, I owe them more than they know, because sometimes your dream doesn't die. It just hides, waiting for you to bring it back to life in the most unexpected place. I'm Ethan, and this was my insane job jam.